Hello and welcome everybody to part 3 of the Sparta Let's Play for Total War Rome 2. We continue straight away where we left it. And we are about to end the term. I have a brief little announcement for you guys. If you didn't watch my Rome part yesterday, which if you didn't, what? Go watch it. I'm mentioning that I am going to be scaling up my schedule. In fact, I'm actually going to be basically doubling the number of parts per week because personally, I'm finding that I just want to get and keep on playing these parts, and if I want to do that, I might as well be recording them and uploading them. So, my aim is to essentially double my current scheduling. I will tell you guys very briefly what it is, but I'm also going to be doing a revised schedule video and take the old one down. And that'll be up hopefully later today, if not tomorrow morning. But the new schedule is as follows: Iceni and a Rome part on Monday, Rome and a Sparta part Tuesday, Wednesday, Sparta and Iceni, Thursday, Iceni and Rome, Friday, Rome and Sparta, Saturday, Sparta and Iceni, and then Sundays, for now, I'm going to say just Sundays are going to be online battles, but I will try and do online battles on a Saturday as well if I have the time. So there won't be an online battle during the week, but this should allow me to, with the way I'm going to be recording them as well, allow me to do some more live streams throughout the week of online battles and things like that. So that's the scheduling out the way. So there will be an Iceni part up tonight as well. This part should be up late afternoon, and then there'll be Iceni later on. Also, I've got a lot of people asking me to do a tweak guide, a settings guide. At the moment, I'm still working on tweaking Rome 2 to suit, my personal sort of needs or how I'd like the game to look and perform. Obviously, we still have to wait for better optimization from Creative Assembly. AMD have already released some drivers to help with game performance, which for some people is improving their FPS by about 10 to 15 FPS. That's all on the Total War support forum, so go check that out. Also, Nvidia hasn't released anything just yet, but I'm sure they've got something in the works. I've personally, this morning, tweaked around a little bit with my Nvidia control panel, following some suggestions on the Total War forums. Not that I particularly need too much, but actually the patch that went up yesterday did decrease my performance a little bit, so I've kind of hit back to reduce that. And I've tweaked a few settings around in my control panel to reduce anti-aliasing to 2 times rather than 4 times as an Nvidia setting. And my campaign map is a little bit higher in FPS. I know I'm recording right now, so my FPS will go down a little bit more, but my FPS on the campaign map now is getting the odd dip here and there, especially when you have an army selected and then you move away from it. It doesn't do it that time, but it does if I click on this Apollonian one, or it did. So it's a bit buggy there still, but I'm getting around about 10 extra FPS on the campaign map by reducing my anti-aliasing to 2 times. If I turn it off completely, it stays around 40 to 50, which is a lot better, but there are still dips. Now anyway, let's focus on the Spartan Let's Play, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to say, get rid of these mercenaries, they're costing you a lot. However, I'm not going to disband them yet. I know I'm very low on my actual income, it's not going to increase by much, only 53, but I'm waiting to see what this fleet does. The Defenders of Olympus, this is a transport fleet, and this is where that army went from Knossos. They went out to the sea for some reason. They're facing attrition, so I would believe that they would probably come back to Heraptina, or however you say that. So that's that. I can't obviously build anything because most of my funding is going into my mercenaries, but hopefully soon we can get rid of that and we can sort that out. I've been poisoned over here, which sucks, but we can hopefully deal with that. So, once I claim Knossos, I probably will be looking to turn towards Athens and attacking them. I want to try and, if I can, have good relationships with Rome, because I want to, hopefully make an alliance with them so I can fend off Macedon. With Rome, I'm 71 friendly attitude. Obviously, the only negative is trespassing against them, which was not really my intention. So we've got a non-aggression pact, and we could look for a military alliance, which is going to be low. Let's see if I can do. We've got a non-aggression pact, a defensive alliance, perhaps. But yeah, they're not going to attack me. They're not going to accept that. So we are a defensive ally with Macedon, and if I do this, I am going to upset a lot of stuff. Their client state is Athens, so I don't know whether that will bring them all in. I assume it probably will because it's defensive, so that will cause issues there. And I'm going to be breaking a lot of trade up. Well, not too much, but... Well, actually, it's 139. It's a reasonable amount. But I will be breaking up, a lot of diplomatic kind of positivity in this region. I'm going to create a lot of problems. The Etruscan League is still active over here. I could try and send an army up here to have a look. Might be worth doing it with my spy at least. Let's send. I want to send her by land because I want to scout out all these regions that are held by barbarian factions right now, and other factions, of course. I want to take a look all over here. Although she's going to get in a boat now. Damn it. I don't know if that ship can actually be attacked. So maybe I don't need to worry about her being attacked. We'll try her by boat. So these guys are all replenishing. We've got Parochiae, hoplites. Hoplites rather, isn't it? I keep on saying hoplites, it's hoplites. Or so I've been told. All these various candidates, but let's have a look at my royal family. Royal families, it's fine. Other families, it's cool too. My general, how old is he? He's age 66, 27, 27. I think that's something a lot of people are commenting about, is that the turns seem to go very quickly. But I swear in the original Rome stuff, it was one turn was a year as well, and like Medieval 2. Or maybe that may have been 6 months. I think maybe you could drop it down to 6 months. Oh, what's this? Characters unassigned. Is this dude? Yes. He's got an upgrade after that battle. So obviously, you know, you could... I'm trying to think, I've lost my train of thought there. You could, yeah, I'm thinking you could drop the turns down with a mod quite easily, but I wonder if CA might change that. I doubt it, to be fair, 'cause that's quite a mainstay of what their, you know, what their personal gameplay mechanics they've chosen for Rome 2 are. So we shall wait and see what happens there. But mods will obviously come in soon, I'm sure. There was already Radius has already released an AI mod, I believe, which seems to be going down well. But it seems very hit and miss with the AI. For some people, the AI is reacting in a way that they'd expect. In others, it's you know, for others, it's not so much of it doesn't behave as you would find. But for some, it's very challenging, and it's acting how they would. We are seeing a lot of them pulling out of cities, though. A lot of the AI is running away when they should be kind of told to stand and fight. So. But anyway, all those tweaks will come in, I'm sure, very soon. And peace treaty with them? Yeah, sure, why not? I guess another enemy not to worry about should be better. I did find something, good thing from the patch yesterday. My loading times after a battle seem to have decreased a lot. Hopefully we'll get a battle in this part so I can show you guys. I hope it's still working as it was. And Knossos is coming back to attack me. They're trying to reclaim their settlement. Ares Dread, they're going to fight well. They're going to destroy these guys. So let's fight the battle anyway. And let's see if we've got any FPS improvements on the battle map. I had a little try yesterday. I was out for most of the day, so I didn't get a chance to really put the patch through its full paces. A lot of people are saying that there's no improvement, but it seems very much that for Rome 2, some people have got the game running fine, having no issues. Even the AI is reacting very much differently for some, compared to others where it is almost non-existent. So there's some tweaks and obviously patches and fixes that really need to go in there for some people, but it doesn't seem to be, some of these issues don't seem to be as widespread as others, which is very odd, to be honest. Loading into battles, still roughly the same. I wouldn't say this is too horrific, to be fair. To load into a battle is pretty standard, actually. I'd say around about 30-40 seconds is alright to load into one. And now on the battle map, so let's have a look at my FPS. FPS is, well, recording, it's probably not a fair value, but it's dipping a little bit more than it did, actually. I don't know if it's where I'm built up round a city. And I want to check that the textures on units are fine still. Yes, they're all fine. This is on extreme settings. I know a lot of you want to see my settings that I am using, so I wonder if I can show them here. No, that's controls. Graphics. Okay, so go to advanced options. This is what I've got everything set to briefly. As you can see, unlimited video memory, GTX 770. Everything is on as high as it can go here. I haven't got alpha vegetation on because that will take a lot of... that will really whack my game quite a bit, and I don't want to turn that on just yet. I did mess with trying to turn shadows on low, because I know that's been an issue with previous Total Wars. Doesn't seem to have too much effect there. Anti-aliasing will have a bit of a punch. Distortion effects and Vignette, that will have effects as well. I've turned SSAO on because that does really drain too, and I don't have a 4th generation processor to enable DRA anyway. So those are my settings. Now, that should hopefully satisfy you guys too. So we've got the Spartan hoplites, but we've got the Peroki... Hang on. Perioikoi. Perioikoi. There we go. I can say them now. So let's get... I assume the enemy is attacking me from here, so we're going to form up a defense here. And then with my Spartan hoplites... Oh, we missed one out. Whoops. I've got to admit, grouping and dragging and drawing formation is a lot easier in Rome 2 than any other Total War game I've ever seen. You don't need to set them into single lines or double lines or anything like that. So I very much like that feature. Let's talk about the positives. Because I am very much enjoying the game. I know it's annoying for some people that can't access the game and are having issues with it. But I am very much enjoying it. And got to keep an open mind and, you know, sure it will be sorted soon. So let's click start. And of course, why was I deploying them all over here when the enemy is on a fleet, you idiot Lionheart? You didn't even think about that, did you? Idiot. So let's pull all my troops very quickly toward the beach. Thankfully they all want to run anyway, but this is gonna be cool. Watching the AI come towards me and land. Oh, these guys are already having a bit of a bump. Come on, guys, don't ram yourselves. You can do better than that. Let's bring my general to here. Defend the beaches. So units moving around, my FPS is going around 20 to 17 at its lowest. If I zoom right in, it goes up to 20 odd. This is while I'm recording. While I'm not recording, you can expect that going up to around about 30, so it takes around about 10 FPS off while I'm recording currently. Standard FPS while I'm kind of just watching this stuff all go on flying up above is around about 23, 24, which is about 10 FPS lower than I would like it. Obviously when I'm not recording these Let's Plays, that's totally fine, so that's why I'm not seeing too much of an issue here. But obviously recording on top of that. But, as I said, hopefully optimization will be with us soon. CA doing weekly patches every Friday, as well as hot fixes on top of that, as far as I can see. I can confirm that I now get, since that last patch, the lag by holding down space bar to see where my units are going to be sort of predicted to go to. I do get lag. My FPS drops by 10 basically when I press that button. So that's something that definitely needs to be addressed. So, with my hoplites, we are going to form a hoplite phalanx. Phalanx, rather. I keep saying it wrong. They're all forming up. And I'm going to pull these guys around like so as well. Going to bring the cavalry down to the beach so we can charge along the beach, hit the enemy. Perioikoi. Pull these guys up to hold here. They'll hold the other side of this little house, this little hut that we've got. And they have just arrived at the beaches. We've just formed up our army just in time. And my slingers will be able to hit them in range very shortly. And now they're going to be assembling. These guys are just getting into formation. With their phalanx. And they're already charging. They're actually going through the gaps. So they're trying to hit a weak spot. I don't know if that's just luck or what, but it's a pretty reasonable gap to go for. The Spartans should be able to fight and hold. Good news for those of you that aren't too much fans of the current unit speed is that Creative Assembly have announced that their next patch will be addressing speed issues, and they will be reducing the attack speed and movement speed and charge speed as well of infantry, while shock cavalry will be getting a bit of a boost. So those of you that find it going very quickly, very fast, should be delighted to hear that, I'm sure. Inspire these guys here. Just going to hold on the beaches, charging in with the citizen cavalry. Pull out with the cavalry so we can go for another charge. Going to run these hoplites along the beach and get these guys to engage. The rest of them are just holding their phalanxes.
Citizen cavalry, advance!
Phalanx with the general, just for lolsies. Charged in with my general over here as well. Right into the action.
Turning in our favor. Our general is under attack.
Very low FPS when I'm engaging here. Zoomed right in, it's going down to about 10 FPS, which is lower than it used to be. So that patch for me has had a negative impact in terms of that, but it's still playable. Hopefully it's still viewable. Interestingly enough, going into end zoom mode does give me a better view and does render everything slightly nicer, and my FPS is higher. So I'm going to try and stay in this mode a little bit longer when I'm doing some battles. You can see the cavalry charge nicely in there as well. We can get right in the action with the zoom too. Cavalry fighting, trying to break these guys, wavering. Their hoplites, they're pulling away. We're going to keep up the attack on them with my hoplites. Or hoplites. Damn it, it's going to take me ages to not say that. Hitting them with the slingers too. Cavalry's going after them. Let's get out of end zoom. See what's happening with the rest of them. Rest of the enemy is fleeing through the city back to the landmass behind. We have a few units which have actually flanked us. So I'm going to deploy my best unit, my general's unit, to the centre, as well as 2 other hoplites units. And we'll be bringing the cavalry around there too. And we get these Berioikoi hoplites into the middle as well to defend the square. The enemy general has been killed. Sparta has held with its hoplites. These guys, I think their images have glitched. You know what, to be fair, actually, this is, for me, this is, maybe I'm, it is, I do, in a way, kind of, I haven't been used to finding sort of bugs and issues at launch, because actually I haven't actually covered a Total War at launch ever on YouTube. I've always been away. Although, I didn't cover Fall of the Samurai. No, I didn't. I was thinking whether I did or not, but I didn't. I was away at university, so for me, this is the first Total War I've covered at launch. And to be honest, I've played some pretty buggy games in my time, so just being able to, the fact that I can actually load up the game is, in a way, a blessing, I guess. Those of you, I'm sure, will remember GTA 4. I couldn't actually play that game physically for nearly a week and a half. I just could not load the game up. Crashes. That is the worst game launch I've ever seen. And compared to that, I would say Rome 2 has a pretty decent launch, if I'm honest. Got these hoplites, engaging them at the sea. This is Sparta, push them into the sea. Sort of attack on the cliffs, or this time on the beach. I think we can let them run away.
Citizen cavalry.
Forming up with the citizen cavalry, we've still got loads of these guys trying to run through us, and we're not actually killing that many of them. So I think perhaps maybe pathfinding with killing units could be improved when they're routed. But it's something actually I've always noted from Total War games. They don't tend to mop up routing units that well some of the time. Not sure what these guys are doing. They seem to be forming up over here. I'm going to form a diamond formation and just see what a cavalry charge can do to them. We've got javelin men and hoplites here. Now I know they're sort of spit. No, okay, let's pull back. So they did actually form up. They form up ready for the cavalry charge. I will give the AI that. But let's bring the Royal Spartans round. And 2 of the Perioikoi Hoplites as well. To deal with this other cavalry, this other unit. I'm going to bring my cavalry all the way around on waypoints, ready to charge them from the flank. But we have successfully defeated their beach landing. I think that's really cool, though. I really do like that. The fact that they can, you know, land and sea. I do like that. It does mean that you've constantly, you know, got to be ready to defend. And now that we've killed a lot of units, FPS has gone to very reasonable levels. You know, high 20s when just panning around the map. It's going to be interesting in maybe hopefully like 10 parts time when people say, oh, you're not commenting on the graphics or the bugs anymore, and I'll be like, ah, well hopefully they're sorted. But I am going to be doing a Hear Me Roar kind of...
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I'm going to be doing a Hear Me Roar vlog this Sunday, tomorrow, and that will be covering my kind of thoughts on Rome 2's release. If I know of some fixes as well, or, you know, some fixes or, you know, general things you can try to boost your FPS. Charge in with my Royal Spartans there. Doing a lot of damage, which is good. Royal Spartans for the win. Get my gentlemen that do a lot of damage. And we've shattered their units like so. Don't even have time to bring the cavalry around to finish them off. I don't even need to worry about even finishing them off because they will be killed automatically, I think. So now let's see if the loading back up to the campaign map after a battle is faster now, because it would take nearly a minute or so actually to do it in the end, and that was a longer battle as well. Maybe it was defense up, but that was a 9 minutes 54, a reasonable battle. And actually, I saw some of those units. It didn't seem so fast. Maybe it was because I was lagging, but it didn't seem as crazy fast as it has done before. So. Little improvements coming all along, I'm sure. And the thing is, it seems that as I said at the start, the very strange thing is that it seems to be very much a different case almost per system. Some people really not having that much issue, and for some strange reason, most YouTubers that are covering Total War don't seem to be having that many issues, or weren't before the patch. I think a few of us now are starting to have a few or some FPS drops. My performance was certainly better pre-patch than it is now. But I've also been doing my own tweaking to my settings to try and boost that. Now this loading is... it's alright. I did have a few battles playing as Pontus. I was playing a Pontus campaign yesterday evening after the patch came out. And it did seem a bit faster to respond, but maybe there were fewer units involved. So... But this does seem like still like a little bit of a way to get to the campaign map, but it's fine. As you can tell, guys, I'm still very optimistic about the game, and I'm going to enslave captives because I think I have to agree with Cyril Belize. Actually, he posted a tweet earlier saying that while Rome 2 does have its inherent issues at the moment, it is rapidly becoming his favourite Total War game, and I think for me this is. Oh, I can almost definitely say this is now my favourite Total War, just because of I actually like a lot of the changes they brought in, and maybe I'm just more of quite an optimistic, easygoing guy than some people who are, very much enjoy the old ways as such, the old gods of Total War, whereas perhaps I'm maybe more forgiving and open to change. Yes, I did get a chance to obviously go to Rome with Creative Assembly and play the prologue a lot. But while that was an amazing experience and I can't thank them enough for it, I'd still tell you guys if I didn't think that this was a good game. And from my personal what I've been able to play of it, I think it's a good game. I like some of the changes they brought in, one or two. I'm not a massive fan of it. But with each Total War game, in a way, I wouldn't want it to always be the same. They've got to try new things. Some things are going to work, some things aren't. And I think that is part of, probably game development. They've got to try things that not essentially everyone's going to like. I'm sure they listen to their community on certain things, but at the same time, they're evolving as a game studio and developer, and they want to try out new things. But anyway, I'm not trying to, you know, defend the launch. For many people, it is quite a bad launch, I will give you that. But, as I said on my Facebook page earlier, we can give them some time. I'm sure they will do their best, as they already seem to be committed to sorting this game out. Anyway, that was that battle. We've sent them packing. These, I'm not at war with you. So I can now disband my mercenaries. I should probably just select them all and then disband them. I like that you can do that quite easily in the game. So that's given me a nice boost to my funds. Faction destroyed. Knossos. Military traditions. Awesome. That's what I like about this game as well. The kind of the meta stuff with all the different units. Plus 5% melee damage inflicted by all spear units. Plus 4% shots per minute for all siege weapons. Missile damage increase. Enables construction of medium siege engines. As much as I would like to do that right now, I want to go for formidable spearmen because they're awesome. Priestess of Nike. Swift-footed for the servants of Nike. Now, I assume then, Priestess of Nike, that is obviously a real thing, and is that where the shoe company gets its name from? Nike shoes, or Nike, depending on how you say it. So let's have a look at the technology. I know a lot of you saying on all my other Let's Plays, why aren't you researching civil stuff? And it's just because I think, in a way, I'm kind of like, I want to get to war. I want to get cool stuff. Hoplite barracks and things like that. But let's listen to you guys. Let's go for land reclamation. Let's get some civil technologies going. I've gone down the army tree a little bit. Let's get some technology going. So Rome is sorting itself out at Brundisium. Several fleets. I was going to send my spy over to the Etruscan League, but now they've
How can I be of assistance?
now they've decided that they're not going to. Well, we're no longer at war. So look, I'm going to bring my spy to Pella, the Macedonian capital.
I seek.
So let's have a scout of them and just see what their strength is. Let's see how they go. We know how Athens is. They've got reasonable forces here. They've got hoplites. Damn it, hoplites. I could raise another general here. Requires attention. A heavy price. The seas have been calmed for quite some time. If we are to trade and send warships to our enemies, we must regain the favour of Poseidon by an offering. Sacrifice a child? Or a bull? Must be chosen from your own family. It's the only way, otherwise we'll get disgrace. God. Sacrifice a child. Sure that's on the 16 plus rating for the game. Could sacrifice children. And I can secure a promotion, which will be Agromraniomos. Cannot say that. Plus 10% wealth from all commerce buildings local in each province, but and -1. Yeah. So should gain 1 support. I am going to go for that. Secure the position. Promotion. Arius. And there we go. Next promotion he can make is another one. Agronethetes. Cultural influence, and that costs a lot. The character must be at least 36 years old and rank 4 or higher. He's going to die soon though. Arius. But I guess that's how the families change things like that. It would be nice if you could, there was a little button next to side where you could actually, you know, probably pull out other guys. But, as I've said before, family tree, I'm quite happy with it. So let's just see. We control a large percentage, so there's not going to be any factionalism coming from there anytime soon. So let's end the turn, get all the monies in. And see where it will go. So, yeah, I know I've commented a lot about graphical bugs, tweaks, settings, other things in this video. All my future parts, unless there's a massive update that you guys really need to know about or a really substantial fix or something, I'm going to talk about bugs and, you know, issues about the game that, you know, aren't that important to what's actually happening in the Let's Play to a minimum, and I will be focusing just on gameplay. But I think there's a lot of things I need to kind of tell you guys in this part, at least, considering the patch came out yesterday. So maybe I'll do some more Hear Me Roars covering them. But there will be a Hear Me Roar tomorrow, Sunday, covering a lot of stuff. Those of you that are new to my channel, Hear Me Roar is a vlogging series where I kind of update you about anything I need to tell you during the week, and I wear a funny beard hat, so it's worth watching. The seas stayed but calm for a short while, but soon good winds resumed and all returned to normal for the heavy price of killing a child. And Centre Pool, I finally worked out what all these household things are. Centre Pool, because they are actually kind of traits and retinues for your general. So if we go to his general's panel, we can see if we hover over his household, Priestess of Nike, he's now got Thurios, which is plus 5% melee defense skill for all Hellenic infantry units. And that's plus morale, so I'm going to keep floozies. Oh no, all there's floozies as well. We have floozies. But I just send them all to the pool. If you tell them to replace, then it will instantly replace your general's stuff, his traits. Right. Can we build anything here? We can build docks, which lets us get some more powerful ships and increases the wealth. Public order does decrease a bit, but we've got a lot of income coming in now. And I'm kind of thinking I can recruit an agent here. Can't get a dignitary, but we can get a champion, or in this case, they're heroes. Leonidas. Surely we've got to get Leonidas. So let's recruit Leonidas.
How can I help?
And hero, or champion, etc. But he's called a hero for them. Got lots of different character skills and can engage in lots of things. But notably, he's good for training up armies.
For the gods and glory.
And I'm going to bring him to Larissa. Because actually Larissa is not that happy, but they are stable because they're gaining popularity. So is Apollonia. And that's slowly going to change. I wonder if I take the army out. Yeah, they get upset, so I need to leave the army here. So I may raise a new army here. These guys are all from other families because... Oh no, that's for all families, so that's good. Statesman. Commander's effects. So I can see all the bonuses or negatives of having these guys. Statesman, obviously better for running cities. Second wind, cunning. He's actually got quite a few. We can't go over here. So I'm going to go for this dude. He's from the royal families. Nikon. He's a camera. So let's raise an army with the camera, and we can choose Royal Spartans to be his bodyguard unit.
Your command.
So if we come in here, we... Ah, there we go, Nikon. So he was here anyway, so he was one I could choose from. But this dude is from the other family, so we've got to keep an eye on him because he could become very ambitious and try and rise up against me. Or we can recruit units, and Perioikoi spears are cool, but I'm going to go for the... Oh, pikemen. Pikemen are awesome. Just the way they can instantly kind of stop a charging unit. Oh, they are very cool. And then we get to go focus for slingers with their extended range. But we'll get the pikemen in first, but we can't recruit any more, so we might as well get some... Actually, no, we're not going to bother with Heliot Javelin men just yet. What can we upgrade? Sparta, the Hoplite Barracks. We can get Spartan pikemen and Tarentine cavalry, which is what I'll focus on next time. But that's where I'm going to wrap this part up for now, guys. Yeah, I hope you found what I've talked about interesting, even though maybe not completely focused on the gameplay. I will, obviously keep that to a minimum from now on, but I thought those updates were, vital to you guys. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you all again soon with some Iceni parts and a new revised scheduling video. Ciao for now.